Coach, looking back on this 2015 season, just if there's one word to describe it, what would it be?
I don't know. It's tough to sum up a season like we had in just one word, but I guess probably special um, would be a great word because that kind of encompasses everything. I mean, it was a special year with a special group of kids, a group of kids who have poured their heart and souls into our program and done exactly what we've asked them to do and worked extremely hard. So it was really neat to see their hard work pay off and pay off the way it did with such a special year. Winning 13 games in a row, making school history a number of different ways, and play a four-state championship. So it was pretty neat.
Go back to the start of tour days, and no one was ahead of you. All the practices, and then playing your first four games away from Lexington.
Mhm.
Did you think this team would get to the point that it ended up?
Yeah, that's our ultimate goal every year when we start out. Our ultimate goal every year is to play for a state championship. We started out with that goal being the end goal, and really took it 1 week at a time. And when you look at a 4A football schedule and you've got the opponents that we had on our schedule, we really had to take it 1 week at a time, and not get ahead of ourselves. And we were able to do that, and played on the road our first four games, like you said, and we're battle tested. Played some tremendously talented teams, and won some games that people think that we probably shouldn't have won, and went through some tough times. And throughout the year, faced all the adversities you could face in a football season, all the ups and downs that come with playing 15 weeks in a row. Our kids did that, and it was it was pretty neat to see just the all their hard work and everything that they've put into this program. It really pay off and having such a special year. So looking back at the start of two days, that the end goal is always to play for a state championship. But we really approach the mantra of 1-0 every week, and really think that helped our kids kind of keep everything in perspective and really have a zoom focus on each opponent each Friday night.
Which game would you say was maybe the turning point where you knew this? Yeah, this team could do something.
I always go back. There's a number of games. North Augusta, we came back. We were down 27-6 right before halftime, and our kids made a tremendous rally to win that game. But that was one. But I always go back to the Wando game. Being down 14 points going into the fourth quarter on the road, that place was packed. It was early in the year. It was week 3. We were still trying to figure out some things offensively, especially up front. Defensively, we're still trying to figure out where some pieces of the puzzle fit. And down 14 points on the road against a tremendously talented team, and the best wide receiver I've seen in high school football in a long time. I really think that was the game that kind of turned our season around. We were 1-1 at that point. We had just beaten Blythewood, and really trying to figure out what we had offensively and defensively. But we found a lot out about our kids that week on the road, down 14 in the fourth quarter. We were able to come back and win that game. We found a lot about the character of kids that we've got, and how hard our kids play. And I think that was the game that kind of turned it around, because you come back that next week and we go to Westwood, and we pound them pretty good. So I really think that was the game that I'll look back on and say, man, that was really the one that kind of turned everything around.
Speaking of kids, just what more could be said about Slade Carroll that hasn't been said? And then, if the players you've coached, where would he rank?
I tell you, there's not enough time in this segment for me to talk about Slade Carroll and how much he means to me personally, and our football program. The kid's just a tremendous, tremendous football player, but an even better kid, and probably the hardest working kid I've ever had. He'll carry it 38, 42 times on a Friday night, and then Monday when we come in to lift weights, he's the first one laced up, standing on the platform, ready to work out. That's just the kind of kid he is. He embodies everything that we want Lexington High School football to be, and is a tremendous worker. And we talk about it all the time. When your best player is your hardest worker, that's when you've created the culture that you want. And we feel like we've done that, and that's a testament to him as a player, and the type of kid, the type of character that kid has. So, a tremendous football player, and is Will Hunter was a special player, just because he touched the ball every play at quarterback my first year here. But he and Slade Carroll by far the best two offensive players I've ever had the privilege to coach.
Of these seniors that are graduating, who was probably one player that may have been sort of unsung?
God, there was a lot of them. I mean, you got the kids who are in the All Star games, and the Trey Mitchells and Shaddies and Hopper and Graves